Your rent is set to be $272 a month. And they say that it's behind considerably. They said it hasn't been paid since July of 2025. Attorney Luke Knopfinger is here for the plaintiff, Maple Crest Apartments. Good morning, Mr. Knopfinger. What's the situation here?
Yes, Judge. As of speaking to my client who's having some trouble logging in here, Judge, via Zoom, there hasn't been a payment as you indicated.
What's the current arrearage?
Judge, with rent, it's, and then this would be, when we filed, it was $1,780, and then with January 1 being due, and then I anticipate February 1st, it would be $2,285.
Through February.
Through February, yeah, that's with the late fees for December and January.
How much are late fees?
$1 a day, so 31 in December, and then 30 for January up till today.
All right, we also have court costs, which we need to factor into the equation. We have a $55 filing fee, a $56.45 service fee, which is cheap, $75 statutory attorney fee. These are the questions I'll ask each time. 55 plus 56.45 plus 75 is 186.45 plus 2285 equals 2,471.45. Ms. Parker, what's going on?
I was having trouble with my my SSI. They stopped giving it to me because it was messed up because I kept missing my appointments because I didn't have no right to them. So they had cut me off for a little bit. So I had to fix it.
Have you got it reinstated?
Yes. This month I did.
Well, you're in a tough spot. You haven't paid your rent since July and it's about to be February. And they're asking you to move out if you don't pay the rent. And
I'm
that's a
trying
lot
to
of money.
get DHS to help me.
All right. I was going to ask that.
Yeah.
So you've applied?
Yeah, I've been trying, but I need the paperwork for it. I need the court papers for it.
Well, DHS tells people they need a judgment.
Yeah.
And so you don't have a judgment yet. You have a summons and a complaint. One judge, the other side of the state, held a hearing to find DHS in contempt for telling people that. I can get you a judgment, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to adjourn this matter for 7 days.
Okay.
Take us to next Friday, if that works for you, Luke.
Yes.
That would be February 6th. And that would be at 1:45.
Okay.
That work for you, Mr. Knopfinger?
Yes, Judge.
All right. It will be by Zoom like this once again. Now, I would suggest that you go to DHS now and say you have a hearing. You owe $2,285 through February plus $186.5 in cost for a total of $2,471. You're not going to find anywhere to rent for $272 a month. And if you get evicted from Maple Crest, it could make it very difficult or impossible for you to get back into subsidized housing. So it's very important that we try to save your tenancy for your sake. So next Friday, I would tell you that you have 10 days from then to pay the rent, which would take it to February 16th. And there could be even more time if needed. But are you going to get a lump sum payment from SSI, or they just restarted your monthly?
They just restarted it monthly.
All right, two things I always recommend. Stay in contact with your manager.
Okay.
And share this information with DHS. You may also be eligible from Neighborhood Inc. or Community Action Agency for assistance, but hopefully you can get some financial assistance. Now, let's say they give you part of it. Let's say they say, we'll give you $2,000. You owe $2,471. You have to pay the entire amount or you would still be subject to being evicted. So if they pay the whole thing, that would be great. If they pay part of it, you're responsible for the rest. And if they don't pay anything, you're going to have to move out. And we'll talk about that more next Friday at 1:45.
Okay.
You did a good job of zooming in on time. I can't see you very well, but see the top of your head. There you go. So we'll talk about this further next Friday at 1:45. I want you to share this with DHS, how much you owe, $2,471. And the date that you could be evicted would be February the 16th. Do you have any questions?
No.
The manager, Kelly, did join us. Anything else here, Mr. Knopfinger?
No, thank you.
All right, Ms. Parker, I'll see you next Friday at 1:45 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
Matter is a ongoing saga of demand for rent for lot only, which is always a little more difficult. Ms. Reed, what's the circumstance here? What's the alleged arrearage?
Thank you, Your Honor. Exclusive of court costs, I show 2364.56.
And it is lot only?
Correct.
Is there a late fee in there?
There are late fees. There's utilities as far as water and sewer. I think those are the only utilities that are charged.
And so we're going to need to break that down. Some of the attorneys do a judgment form, which tells me how it breaks down. Ms. Ellsworth needs to know exactly what she owes. These lot only cases are troublesome. You and I have discussed it. Some courts don't allow it. It isn't even clear whether the law allows it. But Ms. Ellsworth, you own your own trailer?
I do not, Your Honor. My cousin does. My
right,
cousin
but-
Ashley Rosner does, which she is on the lease with us.
All right, what's her name?
Ashley Rosner.
Ashley Rosner,
Yes, Your Honor.
and she is on the lease?
They had her get on the lease because she owns the trailer, yes.
Does she live there?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Who does live there?
It is me and my wife and my child that are on the lease. Well, yeah.
All right, so the way this was filed, Brianna Ellsworth or all other occupants. All right, rent is alleged to be $378 per month. Ms. Reed, could you tell me how much is rent, how much is utilities, and how much is late fees?
Yes. So let me do Exceptionally quick math here. So the rent itself is the 378 times 3 months. No payments have been made since October. So the rent itself is 1,134.
So that's November, December, and January, but not yet February.
Correct.
Okay. And then how much are utilities?
Well, I've got to go back. I apologize, Your Honor. It's been a long time since I've been in front of you, and I didn't put together.
Well,
a
I'm
breakdown.
amazed that everybody doesn't ask this question. We meet you appear in a lot of different jurisdictions, but the homes are difficult because there's often a utility in there. There's some other fees, a hookup fee or a payment fee or something. And but I'm surprised that every judge doesn't ask, where did this number come from? But anyway, so rent is $378 per month times 3 months, soon to be 4 months. And then the utilities are, how much is the late fee?
The late fees are $85 per month times 3 months.
All right, I don't allow 85 per month. I've gone up to 50. There's supposed to be some rational connection between an actual loss and the late fees. The law is very unclear on late fees. I just had one where the lease was $1 a day, which isn't necessarily connected to anything, but I'll allow that. But $85 a month for lot rent, there's no actual connection to it. So anyway, what's currently alleged is 85 per month times 3. And then how much are utilities?
They vary each month. If I can
Yes.
do my best.
City water can be expensive, but how much of this is utilities?
If you want to give me 45 seconds, I can come up with that.
378 times 3 is 1134. All right, so I'm gonna make 50 times 3, which is 150, is 1284. I better put the other 105 plus 105. So 2,364.56. I didn't write that number down. 85 times 3. Oops. Plus 378 times 3. This is a lot harder than it needs to be.
My apologies, Your Honor. Sometimes if there's a lot of different fees, I'll do a spreadsheet with all the different charges, and I didn't do it for this morning's hearing.
$255. So if we subtract 2,364.56 minus 1,389, you're contending that $975.56 are utilities.
Well, I guess it wasn't as bad as I thought. I came within $30. So what I'm showing is the water and sewer for the 3 months is $428.43. And I'm just going to do the numbers that will get to the number that I have, and then I know that you're going to waive the late fees, but I'm showing the late fees at $255, which is the 85 times 3, and I understand you're going to reduce that, but I'm just trying to do the math first, and then.
But that doesn't add up to that number.
No, I understand. And then I've got 1134 for rent. $30 for 3 months of pet rent, the $10 a month.
Pet fee, okay.
And then there was there was a beginning balance at the beginning of September, or excuse me, November of 186.66. I don't know what that is made of. My lender doesn't go back earlier than October. So I just had that carryover. I'm not sure if that's when the park was bought. And then there was a repayment plan that Ms. Ellsworth had gotten into with our client at $100 a month. So there's 3 $100 payments of that repayment plan. And that brings me to 2334. So I'm within about
2334 or 2364?
I come up with 2334. So my quick math, I'm about $30 off from.
All right. Well, Miss Ellsworth, I'm confused, so I'm sure you're confused. There's a bunch
By
of
far,
stuff
Your
in
Honor.
here which isn't readily apparent. There's rent, there's utilities, there's excessive late fees, there's pet rent, there's a part of a repayment plan. So it's not clear. You indicated you wish to talk to legal aid. She'll be here, and I can leave you here with us while we wait for Ms. Bauer to come. At either rate, we have to continue this matter for 7 days at least. So I'm going to continue this.
I do have a question, Your Honor. I was
Yes.
brought to court back in October for this place.
Yes.
And supposedly if I owed that rearage, why was that not added into court back in October?
I'm not sure I understand your question.
So she just stated that I had a rearage of $1,000 and something dollars. I was taken to court back in October, and I paid a total of $2,186.66. Why was that not added into the rearage? Why was that
I don't
rearage
know
not
the answer
added
to
into
that.
that?
So
Just to be
let's
clear,
take
Your
a
Honor,
look at
say she had $1,000.
what?
And she said said that there was a $1,100 rearage. That's not what I said. I just wanted to clarify that.
186.66 is what she said. Anyway, we got problems here figuring out an actual number.
My paper here says 1,368.44 of a delinquency balance.
All right, well, let me ask the fundamental question. Why haven't you paid your rent since October?
Your Honor, honestly, I am currently fighting disability. I know there is no excuse on why rent is not paid, so I do take that fault on my behalf. I am also waiting for my school money to pay this rearage. That way,
You're
that
asking
is
for who to pay it?
I'm waiting for my school money.
Oh, school money.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, that's, people do that. They steal their educational money. BRIANNA.
Your Honor, if it's helpful for Ms. Ellsworth, there was a judgment that was entered in October for $2,186.66, and I'm only showing a $2,000 payment. So that's what led us to a beginning balance of $186.66. It was the amount left over from the judgment.
Yes,
All right.
that I do have.
So we do this in October. You pay much of it, but not all of it, and then you don't pay any rent since October. Here's the deal. They're moving to evict this trailer off the lot. The way they filed it, they didn't file it as a just cause termination. They filed it as a non-payment of rent. So they work out a deal. You do a repayment agreement. You pay some, then you don't pay anything on the repayment agreement. You haven't paid October, November, or November, December, or January's rent. And we're about to add February into everything, which is going to increase this. What they're
Which
asking
February
me
will
to
be paid
do,
next week.
okay, good. The problem is I'm clear about the number. Maybe we could figure it out more as we get here. But if it's gonna be paid, that'll be great. That'll solve it. This trailer's probably been there for 40 years or more. Probably can't just be removed from the lot, but that's what they've asked me to do. I'm gonna continue this to next Friday, February the 6th at 1:50. Does that work for you, Miss Reed?
It does. Is that 150, 150?
Yes, 150.
Okay. Yes, thank you. Just wanted to clarify.
Now, Miss Ellsworth, you can stay with me and wait for Meg Bauer to join us. Or you can simply call and talk to them. Or
Do you
if
have a
you're gonna
number for
pay-
Meg?
Yes, it's in the pleadings that we sent to you. I don't have it off the top of my head. Do you see it?
Mhm.
I've got her number, Brianna, if you want to write it down.
Yes, please.
Are you ready?
Yes.
It's 269-366-3388.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And let her know my name. I work with Meg a lot, so just let her know
Okay.
to reach me after you talk with her.
I do have a
All right.
question for you, Sarah, as well. They're trying to charge me $100 a month through September of 2026 of payoff of $1,368.44 delinquency balance. Do you know what that is?
I
Yeah,
don't, but
apparently
I
they'd
will-
worked out some agreement with you to catch up on your arrearage. And they're claiming you didn't hold up your end of the deal.
No, because we haven't made no agreement since October. None at all. When I
will
spoke
I'll
to
ask about
Bonnie,
that so I
she's
can
trying to
talk to
say
Meg.
this was from
All right,
beforehand.
we'll try to. All right, well, you're pretty belligerent for somebody that hasn't paid your rent in 5 months. So they're asking you to either pay the rent or move out, but I do agree with you. You need to know the total of what it is they're claiming that you owe and what it's for. And I'm not clear on it, and neither are you. But you're contending that when we get the number, you'll have the ability to pay it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, well, that's good news.
I just gotta know an exact amount so I do know what I'm paying.
I don't blame you. All right, you can either choose to wait or just call Ms. Bauer. I think
I
she's
will give her
caught
a
enough.
call.
All right, then I will see you next Friday at 1:50 and we'll work further on these numbers.
Okay. Right,
Sounds
thank you very
All
much.
right,
good. Thank you.
All right, maybe I think that one's gonna work out. I don't know why that's so hard. I ask how much is due and what is it? And people often struggle giving me that answer. Good morning, Mr. Dutka.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, we have Mr. Simran Singh, and we're looking for Carrie Harris. Are you Carrie Harris?
I am.
All right, let me give you a proper name. Your tenant, Rebecca Weber, is not here yet. So we'll address this one. We got a little behind with our last case. This is Simran Singh versus Carrie Harris. This is filed as a demand for termination of tenancy. I checked the wrong box. He wants you to move out, Ms. Harris. You're a tenant in that type of proceeding, which is called a termination of tenancy proceeding. As such a tenant or defendant in a landlord-tenant case, you have a right to hire a lawyer. If you cannot pay for one, a legal aid attorney may be available to assist you, or you can seek other legal advice. You have a right to have the case heard here in St. Joseph County where the property is located. If the action is for non-payment of rent, the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, local coordinated entry agency, which is community action agency, a housing assessment and resource agency, which is Neighborhoods Inc., or other program. If you're a veteran, you may be eligible for some programming. If this was for non-payment of rent, but they're not asking you to pay the rent, they're asking you to move. So there's no sense asking for financial assistance because it isn't that type of case. However, you do have a right to demand a jury trial. If you wish to have a jury trial, you must tell me at this first court appearance or file the demand in writing within 5 days of today's date and pay the $50 jury demand fee unless the judge waives it for your inability to pay it. You may be able to reach an agreement with the landlord through mediation. If both parties are interested, the court can help set it up. Or you may be able to reach an agreement with the landlord that would result in the conditional order of dismissal. And if that is the case, we could assist with the preparation of that. Mr. Singh, am I correct? At this point, you're simply asking for your property back?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Harris, what's your position?
Well, I have some questions. I mean, I've been up to date. I'm not that I was a little bit behind, but I'm not behind. Our numbers don't add up. I have receipts that they didn't have, and it's just a bunch of paperwork that actually should be gone through. And I got a notice to quit. I'm not really familiar with this kind of stuff, but
Okay.
and it says that I must move by 12/1 of 2025. I do believe that you got a copy of it and with that packet of
Yes, you got a
papers.
notice to quit on October 31st, telling you to move by December
Yes.
1st.
And
Well, you
he
didn't
and
move.
he and
So
well
he
and
filed this
he was
action to terminate your tenancy.
okay. Well, because was he supposed to collect rent after that time?
All right, so he collected rent after October 31st?
Yes,
All
I
right, tell
have
me about
received.
that. When did you last pay the rent?
Yes, Your
I
Honor, I do have them on file. She paid one on
All
January
right, just a
7th.
minute. I didn't ask you that. I'm
Oh,
talking to her.
I have
Give
it
you a
right here.
chance to. All right, when do you say you last paid rent?
I paid I paid rent on 1/3 and 1/6 in January.
All right,
And on 1/3, it says I paid $500, and on 1/6 another $400. And that's for January.
all right, Mr. Singh, you were gonna tell me what did she pay?
Yes, Your Honor, she's absolutely right. She paid me on January 7th. She paid me $300 through Chime. And then on January 10th, she paid me $250. And in December, she just paid me $250, which I already have the receipts. I already have like text messages. Whenever she pay us, I send her a text confirming that I did receive the amount. And then I have receipts also. And then I wrote down everything on a paper, so I documented it. And then yeah, so she did
All
pay it.
right. Well, you need a lawyer.
Okay.
Once you file an action to terminate the tenancy,
Okay,
you
sir.
can't accept any money.
Okay.
If you file it as a demand for non-payment of rent, you can take money, but you've just
Okay.
submarined your own case. You can't file a termination of tenancy and then accept rent.
Okay, Your Honor.
There's a case, it's called Park Forest, which explains that. That's why I think you could use a lawyer to help you with this. If you're gonna be in the landlord-tenant business, you should know what the rules are. So I'm
Sure.
gonna dismiss this case. You're gonna have to
Okay.
start over again.
Sure.
you've accepted payment of rent after filing of a termination of tenancy.
Your Honor, she had a past due which she was paying. She had water bill. I already wrote it down. That's what she was paying.
In your,
Well, you accepted payment.
Yep, I did accept payment,
So
but
if
she
you
had
want to do
payment
a
from the
non-payment
past.
of rent case where she can pay the rent and stay, you could
Okay.
do that. In that case, you can accept rent. Let me make sure I got my facts straight here.
I think I filed for that too, Your Honor.
You did the notice to quit correctly,
Yep.
but
Yep.
yeah, it's a termination of tenancy. You can't take money after you file a termination of tenancy.
Okay, Your Honor.
So Ms. Harris, maybe you and Mr. Singh can agree how much you owe and try to get caught up on the rent, but I'm dismissing the case.
Yeah, I have no problems with her until unless she pay on time and then everything is good.
All right, well, how much do you believe she owes you?
She owes me $360 in rent, and then in water bill she owe me just $506.
Your Honor, how am I supposed to pay a water bill when I don't get sent a copy of the water bill? Because it's not on my electric bill.
Well,
They get the water bill.
I'm not gonna make any decision on that.
Okay,
You
all right,
guys can
thank you.
talk about it.
All right.
But Mr. Singh, you could use some legal help. Didn't Mr. Rognes help you in the past?
No, sir.
Well, there's a certain set of rules, and the landlords are held to a strict standard under the Landlord-Tenant Relationship Act, Truth in Renting Act, and a bunch of other pieces of legislation that apply to this. And then there's case law, as I mentioned, People versus Park Forest. So if all you want to do is collect rent, you can talk to her and she could pay the rent and stay there. Ms. Harris, if
Okay.
he'd gotten what he'd asked for, I would have had to adjourn this matter for a week. And then I would have given you 10 days from that day to move out. So you would have had to move out by February 16th. And people often tell me I would move if I had somewhere to move to. How much is the rent
It's $1,000
per month?
Well, yes, plus I pay all my utilities.
All right. I don't know the answer to that. I'm willing to put the two of you in a breakout room so you can talk to each other, but this case is dismissed.
Thank you,
Right,
sir.
thank
I'll
you,
do an
Your
order.
Honor.
You can start over again, or you can work out some agreement where she pays the rent and gets to stay there. But the
We'll do that.
termination of tenancy. I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead.
No, I said you good. Sir. Yep. Go ahead, sir.
Do you want to talk to each other while you're both here, or just work that out
Yes.
later?
Yes, Your Honor. I can talk to her right now.
All right, you guys can discuss how much you think is owed, but this case is dismissed because you accepted payment after filing a termination of tenancy.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes.
All right, I'll do an order.
Hello?
Good morning. Is this Rebecca Weber?
Yes, it is. Is this Judge Middleton?
Yes, it is. Good morning, Miss Weber.
I am here and ready to go.
All right, we'll make the best of it. We're doing this by telephone, which is not ideal, but Mr. Dutka is here, and this is title of this case is Ambassador for Christ versus Weber. Are you outside?
No,
All right.
but I live in the basement.
All right. Yeah, it says you have one room.
Yes.
Well, they want you to move out. They filed what's called a termination of tenancy action, and they want you to move. As such, you have certain rights as a tenant, and I need to go through these with you.
Okay.
We're getting a lot of static or background, either from your breathing or. All right.
No?
All right. You have the right to hire an attorney. If you cannot pay for one, a legal aid attorney may be available to assist you. Meg Bauer from Legal Aid is here with us on the feed. You have a right to have the case heard here in St. Joseph County where the property is located.
Yes.
And that's a no-brainer. You have a right to demand a jury trial. If you wish to have a jury trial, you must tell me at this first court appearance or make. Becky, you're breathing right into that microphone and it's really causing a lot of distortion.
I'm sorry. I'll hold it away from.
All right. If you want a jury trial, you must tell the court here at this first court appearance or make the demand in writing within 5 days and be prepared to pay the $50 jury demand fee unless you're unable to pay it, the judge excuses it. You may be able to reach an agreement with the landlord outside of court, but by going through mediation. If both parties are interested, the court can help set that up. Or you may reach an agreement with the landlord, which would result in a conditional order of dismissal. Mr. Dutka, the Ambassadors for Christ Church owns this house on South Main Street, and they sort of try to provide housing for people that are in need of housing. She has a month-to-month tenancy, and at this point, they're asking her to move out.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Ms. Weber, what's your position?
It's her house. It's her. She's my landlord. Whatever she wants.
Well, the first thing we have to do is adjourn the matter 7 days.
Okay. I guess maybe I should talk to Carolyn then.
All right. Well, that takes us to February the 6th. And then you would get 10 days from that day to move out or be subject to being evicted.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially that would give you until February the 16th to move. Do you think you could do that?
Yeah.
Have you got someplace to go?
No.
Yes, that's why you're there. Well, first of all, we're going to adjourn this till next Friday at 2:10. Does that work
What's
for
the
you?
date next Friday?
February the 6th.
Okay.
Does that work for you, Mr. Dutka?
Yeah, it can. I would have to try to rearrange an appointment, but maybe
Well,
I
I
can
can
do that.
continue it to Monday the 9th if you'd rather I did that.
Let's see what I got going there. That's better, actually. Much
All
better.
right, well, let's take a look. That gives her a couple extra days.
Okay. February 9th.
Yeah, let's look at the calendar and see what time works.
Okay.
V9. 2:10 on Monday, February 9th.
That's fine, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Ms. Weber. If they get what they asked for, they would get 10 days from that day, which would be February 19th for you to move. They're not asking you to pay rent. They're simply asking you to move. And I think there are 6 people living in this house, or I don't know. You just have the basement.
There's me and another girl.
All right.
Plus the squatter.
All right. And where's the squatter?
Standing here.
Oh, is the squatter in your room?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
The squatter's leaving today.
All right. That may be why they want you to move. That's you
Yeah.
and all other occupants. Who's the squatter?
Megan Reed.
Okay. All right. If she gets out, maybe they'll have a different view of things. Who's
Yeah.
managing this, Miss McNary?
Pardon me?
Who's managing the place?
Yes, Carolyn.
All right. Well, you can discuss that with her, but we're going to continue this till Monday, the 9th.
Okay, and then after Monday the 9th, it's 10 days.
10 days from that day,
What would be the date? February
19th.
Okay. I didn't know if that was a weekend or what.
That's a
Okay.
Thursday. As a practical matter, they probably wouldn't get writ of eviction until Monday, the 23rd, but the actual date is Thursday, the 19th.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Weber, I would rather not do this by telephone.
Yeah.
If you can either log in or come over to the courthouse, but we'll
Okay.
address this further next 10 days from now on February 9th at 2:10.
Yeah,
All right, thank you.
that would be wonderful.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right, goodbye.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bye. All right. Oops, I went to high school with Miss Weber a long time ago. And she's just making her way through life. Okay, we've got two Golden Pond cases set. We've got Golden Pond versus Gritzmacher and Kelly Cantrell. We were here last week and Mr. Sickle was here from Mr. Cromendike's firm. And we did get some struggles on trying to figure out exactly what was due and owing. Ms. Gritzmacher, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Your Honor.
All right. I would also note that Meg Bauer is also present. She was privy to last week's discussions. She indicated you guys have been on the phone. Regarding Miss Gritzmacher, she was going to try to get some emergency help from DHS.
I think we were on the phone about Cantrell.
All right, well, what do we know about Miss Gritzmacher?
I have not had any communication with Ms. Gritzmacher or with Meg about Ms. Gritzmacher.
All right.
And
Well, we
legal aid has
determined that rent
no involvement.
was $1,614.59. She was included a $300 payment, $249.20 in costs, for a total of $1,863, and $300 was for repairs made. So at the time we were here last, through January, that was the amount due and owing. Do you agree with that, Mr. Cromendike?
Yes. Yes, I do. Those are the numbers.
All right. Ms.
That I'm showing from last
Gritzmacher,
time.
were you able to get any help?
I did fill the papers out, and at that time they said I need to redo another one, and I did take it. I did just it got rid of my car, so to where come on the 3rd, I would be able to give $700 a month to get this all taken care of, so I don't lose my home.
Well, this is through January. There'll be another month rent due on February 1st. So the number I'm going to give you is just through January.
Okay.
There's $1,313, $300 for those repairs that were made, and $249.20. This is through January. I used to add the upcoming month, but there was a hearing in circuit court on an appeal, and Judge Stutzman ruled that I can't do that. Some judges do it and most judges don't. At any rate, what you owe is $1,863.79 within 10 days from today, which would be that 3rd isn't right. Today is the 30th. We do by February 9th. Now, Ms. Villa, the manager, is here. You indicated you've got maybe some help coming and you plan to try to pay an additional $700.
Yes, on the 3rd, I always get my checks, and with my check, and I just rid of the car because it's not running, get in trouble out here, and I got in my Social Security check and put with that, and I would have $700 this month.
All right. Now, my suggestion is that you contact Ms. Villa today and discuss this with her. I'm going to tell you something.
Who is that?
She's the manager at Golden Pond.
Okay, see, I did not even know who the manager was of Golden Ponds.
All right. Well, there've been a lot
I
of
thought it
changes
was
there since.
KC Villa.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Let me repeat. You owe $1,863.79 by February the 9th. If you don't pay that amount, you're subject to have them take your trailer off the lot. You don't have to move out. They're evicting your trailer because you own the trailer and they own the lot. This is lot rent. Now, they don't have to do that. In fact, it's in their interest not to do that. It's in their interest to try to work out some sort of payment agreement with you so you can stay there. You have to pay the entire amount. A partial payment will not prevent the writ of eviction, and there is no money judgment due. However, well, they did ask for a money judgment. So I guess I'll issue it. This is only through January. Do you understand, Mr. Commondike?
Yes. Yep.
All right, there's a money judgment of $1,747. So my strong advice, Ms. Gritzmacher, it sounds like you've got a plan to pay this off. They don't have to evict you on February 9th. They have 56 days from the day to ask for the writ of eviction and another 56 days to serve it. So they have about 100 days they could agree to work with you to try to get caught up on this rent. And it's in their interest, so they don't have to hire a company to come in and have your trailer taken off this lot.
Okay. Your Honor, I got a question. You said they did $300 maintenance. What did they do for me for $300?
Well, we discussed that last week. Let me see if my notes tell me what that was.
And I can help you out on that too, Your Honor,
Yeah.
if you'd like me to. That
Yes.
is that's relating to some skirting repair. And I'm actually looking at a skirting installation payment agreement here, where you had agreed, Ms. Gritzmacher, to pay $100 a month. So they paid 2,000.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yes, you're correct on skirting.
All right,
Okay.
Very good. All right, now do you know how to get a hold of Miss Villa?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Miss Villa, could you join us, Miss Villa?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm on mute. Yes, Your Honor, good morning.
How does she get a hold of you?
Yeah, we have a phone number, sir. And I've been speaking with her previously.
All right, well, I'd ask you to stay in contact with her. And if you're gonna work out some repayment, I think that'd be best for all concerned. All right, she knows how to get a hold of you. And you guys can discuss this further. I think you're gonna work this out, but let me repeat. Be a $1,863.79. There'll be an additional $400 due on February 1st. So the amount's gonna be $22.63, perhaps plus a late fee. You're proposing to catch it up at paying $700 on a $400 a month lot rent. They can agree to do that, but they don't have to. That's why you need to stay in contact with your manager. All right. Ms. Villa, will you call her today?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Your Honor, I need to give her my new phone number.
All right, let me put you guys in a breakout room because I don't want you to put that out over the live feed.
Okay, thank
And
you.
you guys can exchange contact information.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Judge, I am wondering
Thank you.
if you can spare a few minutes that Ms. Cantrell and I might be able to speak in a breakout room
Yes, let me,
unless she objects to
this should
that.
just take a minute. And you guys join that room, and then Miss Via, if you'd come back to us.
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, are you putting that judgment together, or did you need me to do that and submit it?
You sent me one, so
Oh, we
I've
did.
done
Okay,
it.
perfect.
So I appreciate that. All right, Miss Cantrell, can you hear me?
And
All right, this is another Golden Ponds case that we struggled with last week with Mr. Sickle. And it's entitled Golden Pond Estates versus Cantrell. Once again, their manager Casey Villa is here. Defendant Steve Cromendike. And Meg Bauer. Miss Bauer and Mr. Cromendike have been discussing the case. Last week, we came up with $1,932, late fees at $60. There was other utilities for November and December, $249.30. We came up with a tentative figure of $2,306.45 through January. There were water bills, utility issues, and $72 per month for sewer and water, and it was hard to exactly pin the number down. You guys have been in discussion. Ms. Villa has joined us, so let me put Ms. Bauer. Well, all right, before we do that, what number are we working from, Mr. Cromendike?
That you had $2,306.45.
Yes.
Yes, that's my understanding of what the number is as well.
All right. Ms. Cantrell can hear me. She's there. Let me use the breakout room. So where are we now?
So, Judge, it has come to our attention mutually that there is an issue with the running water in this park. We've known some of that, but what I mean is it appears, we don't know the source of the issue, but it appears as though the main lines in this park are frozen and that many or many residents in the park are not actually receiving running water. Upon the investigation, the conclusion seems to be that that issue is below the grade, meaning that the responsibility for addressing this issue lies with the park and not with the residents who own their homes. For residents that are renting homes, it would still lie with the park, but in this case, this is a resident-owned home, and the resident has taken appropriate measures to ensure that water would be running from her trailer on her end, and upon some diagnosing, the water lines seem to be frozen on the park's end, or there's some other issue, whether it's that the pump is broken. We don't, we won't presume to know. But
Ms. Cantrell, right now you have no water?
no,
No running water presently.
no. And I had a salamander underneath my trailer for 6 hours last night. And I have also replaced the heat tape to make sure it's working properly. All of my water lines have been insulated with fresh insulation.
Well, we don't know. It wasn't as cold as it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be about 4 degrees. I think it got down to about 15. We've had colder nights. So right now, we don't know whether it's your trailer or the park, but your contention is other units also have no water?
Yeah.
That is knowledge that I have as well, Judge.
And just to be clear,
everybody out of water?
That is unclear. I'm sorry, Steve.
No, I was just going to say this is the only one that I have heard about so far.
But it does appear the park has received other reports.
Well, it's very cold, and so if 8 trailers are frozen and 32 are not, it seems like the problem is with the individual trailers. So we don't know yet what the distinction is, but we do know at this point, Miss Cantrell doesn't have any water.
Attorney
So what does
Cromendike,
that do to our circumstance?
yeah, we proposed asking for an adjournment. We have some discussion. We've been in discussion about the numbers, and it's not inconceivable that we would reconcile them. The absence of water falling on the park does raise concerns about lockout claims.
Well,
But
it's your contention that it's on the park. It's that's not clear yet, but
yeah,
like I said, if there are a number of trailers that are unfrozen, that makes it less clear.
it does depend on how the lines run. But attorney, I think what I had sort of thrown out, and I think we were all on the same page of, is asking for an adjournment so the park can investigate this water issue. If the park can get water to the residents, I think we can reach resolution fairly quickly and easily, at least with regard to the non-payment of rent case. What it will take for the park to address its own water issue, if that is in fact where the issue lies, is perhaps at the park's discretion. But for purposes of resolving this case, if we can get some answers and some clarity on this, I think we can get it resolved, but we would need some time to do that.
All right. Mr. Cromendike, how are you regarding the issue of continuing the matter?
No, I'm in agreement. Yeah. I mean,
Ms. Villa, can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on site at the park or are you someplace else?
No, sir. I am remote.
Have you heard other issues about people with frozen pipes?
We have received reports of some pipes freezing, but this is obviously due to the weather. So we've advised most of them to leave a trickle of water.
All right.
Which is an
Kind of
additional.
minimize this.
Which is another issue. If they
Sure.
leave a trickle of water, it increases their water bill. All right, so there is issues with frozen pipes. And here we are in Tusk in January. Well, let's pick a date to put this. I'm gonna be going on a trip again. Apologize, but I have an important meeting on Duval Street in February.
Judge, you're
I think
going
we talked about
down to-
February 27 yesterday.
Oh, that far out?
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know.
certainly. Well, I'm willing to go. I was gonna go the 13th, but if you want to go all the way to the 27th, I'm agreeable with
Let me
that.
look at the 13th. I'd be open the 13th as well.
right,
Actually, I'm
let's
sorry. I'm out of town the 13th, so that would not work.
Oh, I think, didn't we just do this another case?
We
Yeah,
did.
let's
I'm out of
see.
town the 13th. You're out of town the 20th.
All right, let's
16th is
look. Are you on
President's Day.
Duval Street?
I won't be seeing you there.
Okay, well, maybe it should be.
Might be nice to see outside of a Zoom room here, but you know.
All right, let's be 27. Yeah, I have a Golden Pond case set for that time at 11. I'll set this for 11:10 on February 27th. I think you guys are working on the other case also.
Yeah.
That's Golden Pond. I'm not sure what that is, but
That's Miller Ann's.
Miller Ann's, oh boy.
But that's a
I
status
blocked out a
conference,
whole
Judge.
hour. Let me put this
Oh.
before that rather than, I'll do it at 10:50 on February 27th. Ms. Cantrell, I don't know whether the water issue is your pipes or the park's pipes or both. If you do get it running and you have to leave your water running, make a note of when you turn it on and when you let it run. because this happens in 3 rivers too. Some of the apartment complexes suspend water fees while you are letting the water run. Plus, this fills the septic system. If everybody's running their water steadily, they're going to have problems there too, but it's probably less of a problem than frozen pipes. And if they burst, which one did here at the courthouse last Thursday and flooded my office, it's unpleasant all the way around, except your pipes are underground, ours are overhead. All right, you guys have been working diligently on this, what I appreciate. We're going to continue this to February 27th at 10:50 a.m. All right, thank you all. Anything else we should place on the record?
Nothing for me.
Not
All
from
right, thank you. You're all good to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, I have then with me Andrea and Brady Watson. And I have Andrea Watson also. Mr. Brady Watson and Miss Andrea Watson. This is file number 252671. Your lawyer has filed, or the lawyer for the Larkins has filed a conditional order of dismissal. They find that the amount due is $4,009.93. You agree to make weekly payments of $450 every Friday until the balance is caught up. This will take 19 weeks. They further agree that if they miss or have any late payments, they can result in an immediate eviction. So you've agreed with your landlord to pay an additional $450 per week to get caught up. Is that correct?
Absolutely,
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Well, Ms. Watson, you look like you're out in the cold. I've signed that conditional order of dismissal. We'll make sure you get a copy of it. You can both go on about your business, and the matter's dismissed. If you hold up your end of the deal, it'll take care of it. If you don't, they may ask for an immediate eviction. But
Okay.
you're good to go.
Right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
thanks. We were here on January 23rd. The title of the case is Riley Wessel versus Lacey Grice. Ms. Grice is here by audio and Ms. Wessel is here with audio and video. We determined that the arrearage through January was $4,287.20. That would be $4,200 in rent, and $1,000 of rent plus $50 a month late fees, and court costs of $87.20. Ms. Grice had applied for some assistance. I'm not sure what the status is. Ms. Wessel, what's the status here today?
So she had her interview with DHS today, and so that was the farthest we've gotten, I'm pretty sure, with DHS.
Yes.
So I think we're just waiting on them to accept her. She has given me like 1 month of rent so far, and now we're just waiting on DHS.
So she did pay $1,000?
Yes.
You agree with that, Ms. Grice?
Yes, Your Honor. I gave her $1,100. I've been paying her since the last court date. I've been working to pay off this month's rent. That way, if DHS helps me, that way I don't keep getting further behind.
All right, very good. Now she said 1,000, you said 1,100. Did
It's
you accept?
1,100, my bad. Yes, 1,100.
All right.
Yeah, because it's late.
All right.
So I gave her an extra $100 because it was late.
All right. Well, I'm going to subtract 1,100 from that figure. 4,200 minus 100, 1,100 paid is 3,100 plus 87.20. The amount due is 3,187.20. Now, on Monday, another month's rent is gonna be due. This order is only through January.
Yes,
So
Your
that'd be
Honor.
fine.
I've spoke with Miss Wessel, and I get my caregiving check. I claim my hours at the end of this month, so on the 31st, and then my check will get sent out the second Friday of February. And I told Riley that I will give her we'll get February's rent as soon as that check comes. And then if DHS does help me, this is the farthest we've got with them. They just kept denying me before, saying that I was in non-compliance for child
there's
support.
those child support issues.
Yeah, but it was an error in the system. So I just got done with my interview before our court date. And so I feel like that's a good sign because we couldn't even get that far before. But if they do not help me, then I told Riley that I will give her my tax return to get caught up if need be.
All right. There's a lot to unpack here. The debt was 4,200. You paid 11,000. That pays through January of 2026, $3,100 is the amount of rent due and owing. 8720 are the court costs for a total of 3,187.20. On February 1st, another month's rent is going to be due. A partial payment will not prevent the writ of eviction, only the full amount. Ms. Wessel, you may know this, but I want to make sure you both understand. You don't have to ask for the writ of eviction on February 9th. You have 56 days from today to ask for the writ of eviction and 56 more days to serve it. So you can agree to work with Ms. Grice to get caught up on this. And it sounds like that's what you guys intend to do, is for her to get caught up. Is that correct?
Correct.
I don't know why my video's not working.
But the only thing that will actually cure this is paying the entire amount. By the letter of the law, she could ask for a writ of eviction on February 9th. And it as always makes more sense to keep a good tenant in there than to move one out and move another one in. So Ms. Wessel has 112 days worth of discretion to kind of get caught up on this before she seeks the writ of eviction. But the amount due is 3,187. There'll be another 1,000 due. It looks like you paid January, and then you're going to try to pay February.
Yes, sir.
This is income tax return time, and the number of landlord-tenant cases goes down during income tax refund time of the year. People pay on their probation oversight fees, they pay their court costs, and they pay their rent. So Ms. Wessel, it sounds like the two of you have a good working relationship. Hopefully she can get caught up in this rent. You guys can maintain this tenancy. Do either of you have any questions?
I do not.
I do. I wish you could see me, but so what is happening on February 9th, sir?
Well, she can evict you if she chooses to.
Oh, okay.
She can ask the sheriff.
Oh, okay.
She can have the sheriff come put all your stuff out in the street. She doesn't have to, because she can agree to work with you for up to 56 days before she asks for the writ, and 56 more before she serves it. But this order says you owe $3,187.20 by February the 9th, plus an additional $1,000 for February. So it's by her good graces that she's going to try to work with you to get caught up on this rent. But you got a plan, you got some lump sum money coming in, you may have a tax refund, which could pay this, and then you get squared away maybe by March 1st and start fresh with March's rent. but that's what this order says. You do have 10 days to appeal it, but I
Okay, so
think
I
the
have
two of you are
one
going to work on
question.
this. All
So
right, I can't, can
when
you
I
see
get
me?
caught up, I can see you. I don't know why you can't see me. When I do get caught up, would there be a way for us to like get it off of my record so that it doesn't prevent me in the future from?
Well, it won't show as an eviction. It will show as a judgment. Yeah, I guess you could file a conditional order of dismissal or something after the fact.
Yeah,
But for
after.
now, this is going to go on your record as a landlord-tenant judgment.
Okay.
All right, excuse me. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Scott Larkins is here along with his property manager, Caitlin Thornton. He was not here last week, and Mr. Tim George appeared by limited appearance on behalf of the plaintiffs. And that worked out pretty well, Mr. Larkins, for what it's worth. Mr. George did a fine job. We determined at that time that rent was $1,975 as of January 15th. $120 in late fees at $40 a month for a total of $170.22 for a total of $2,265.22. Defendant indicated he'd been ill. It was also construction season and it's cold out, and he would like to get caught up on the rent. What's the current arrearage? You guys are on mute.
Sorry about that. We are at $2,265.22, though that does not include February's rent.
All right, so same as last month.
Correct.
Or last week through January. All right, Mr. Craig, what's your position?
It's looking like I'm gonna have to just move, but I plan on paying these guys the money that I owe. I don't have it right now. I'm not gonna be able to have it in time to save my apartment. And it sucks because, it's a good place to be, and I appreciate, Caitlin and Scott for helping me out, but I just got so far behind that I cannot catch back up between, my child support alone is killing me this week. So,
do you have a tax refund coming?
yeah, but I'm not sure how much it'll be. I haven't gotten filed yet. I just got my W-2s a week or two ago. I think last week I got them.
All right, well, I'm gonna make a finding that you owe $1,975, $120 in late, and $170.22 in costs, for a total of $2,265.22. That's through January. There'll be an additional, I think it's $875 due on February 1st. The date for the writ is 10 days from today, which is February the 9th. So you should plan on moving, if you're going to move, by February 9th. Mr. Larkins can agree to work with you for up to 56 days, but it doesn't sound like you're going to be able to come up with a rent and you're just going to have to move. He has a waiting list of people that are waiting and would be ready to rent this apartment and pay rent.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not asking for a money judgment at this point. After you move out, he can ask for money damages. When you do move, you need to turn in your keys and give your forwarding address to the landlord in writing within 4 days of your moving. That'll trigger the security deposit law, and he can apply your security deposit to any unpaid rent or utilities or other costs. But the amount due to redeem this is $2,226 or $2,265.22. If they do agree to work with you to get caught up on this, that's something they can deal with. But at this point, I'm simply entering the judgment Unless otherwise some resolution is made, you should plan to move out within the next 10 days. If you don't, you're subject to having the sheriff come put your stuff out in the street. Again, when you move, you need to turn in your keys and give your forwarding address within 4 days of your moving. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor, I appreciate everything.
All right, well, you know how to get a hold of them. You stay in contact with the management. And Mr. Larkins, you can decide to work with him if you wish to, but you certainly don't have to. He's pretty straightforward and honest about his circumstances. So, Mr. Craig, you're good to go. I hope work picks up as the weather gets warmer.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.